Coming up on today's show, we have two recipes that are hometown and delicious. That's all coming your way next. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Rhonda Fitter.
And I'm Laverne Dee.
And we have a submitted recipe this week from Connie Williams. We have a potato soup, and we're going to pair that today with an angel food toffee cake. Super excited about this. They sound fabulous. So if you want to cook along with us, just grab a piece of paper and a pen and write down these ingredients. For the potato soup, you're going to need a 16-ounce bag of hash browns, a cup of celery, a cup of carrots, 1 onion, a tablespoon of parsley flakes, 5 cups of water, a half a cup of margarine or butter. We like to use more butter. Yes. 4 cubes or 4 tablespoons of chicken bouillon, and a 12-ounce can of evaporated milk.
Very easy.
All right. And this is my favorite part because I always like dessert is an angel food toffee cake. You're going to need 2 cups of whipping cream, a half cup of caramel or butterscotch ice cream topping, a half teaspoon of vanilla extract, an angel food cake, and 9 Heath candy bars.
Yeah.
When are we going to start today?
Well, I'm going to make you supper. We're going to start with the soup, but not the dessert.
All right, Mom.
Okay. All right. We're going to come over here and get started with the soup. Now, this is really a good recipe for a crock pot.
Okay.
And this is actually what it is called, a crock pot, potato soup. But because of the element of time, we don't have that, for the cooking show. You can certainly make it on the stovetop too, if you're just getting ready and you don't need to wait.
Sure.
For all that 3-4 hours that's going to take in the crock pot. So,
Okay.
but everything is so easy. The ingredients, and we're actually even going to use some diced
Hash browns.
and not have to peel potatoes. So
All right.
How easy is that?
Great.
So we want to get these entered in here. What I did, because we don't have the time for, it's in the crock pot for 3, 4, 5 hours, for your carrots and your celery. So what I did was, you want to cut them in pretty small pieces. I did put it in the microwave a little bit just to soften them.
Okay.
Because your hash browns aren't going to take that long.
Okay.
So that's what I did. So right here I have the cup of carrots and the cup of celery and onion.
Okay.
All right. My spatula wasn't quite handy.
So if you didn't want, if you just wanted to start, you had just cutting your vegetables, you would just let those cook up before adding the rest of the stuff too.
Right. You can do that if you have a little bit of time, but just in essence of saving time, this is what I did.
Sure.
So, okay, I need to get a spoon. All right. So, like I said, there was a cup of celery, a cup of carrots, and your onion.
Okay.
It says like 1 onion, but kind of to taste. You can like a half cup or however you like. So,
Okay.
So we have that in there, and then it asks for 5 cups of water.
Okay.
So I'm going to add that in there. Water. And now we're going to add a tablespoon of parsley flakes.
Okay.
It's very, very easy to put this as soup together. And like I said, if you're going to work and you just want to put it in the crock pot that morning and come home, that's going to be so easy. So now we're going to add a half a cup of butter, with just a stick of butter.
Sure.
Or margarine, whatever you may have. So we're going to add that in there. And then we're going to add 4 teaspoons of bouillon. Well, I don't have the bouillon. If you have bouillon, use 4 cubes. And otherwise, if you have the chicken paste, use 4 teaspoons.
Okay.
So we're going to just put that in there. And that's what really is going to give you some really good flavor too, is that chicken broth
Okay.
and stuff. So, and then we're going to add potatoes, and it's the diced. You don't want the shredded potatoes.
Right.
Now I do have a 2-pound bag. I have the scissor right in that drawer, unless it's not. Okay. Didn't get put back in there, so
Okay,
we
it's
will
perforated. You can rip it.
tear here. Oh, okay. Oh, this takes it. Well, now my hand is.
Here, I'll help you. Oh boy.
Stand back. Correct. Okay. All right. So this is a 2-pound bag, so I don't want all that. I'm just going to put half of that in there.
Okay.
Okay. That looks about a pound in there. And then, the only other ingredients that is going to go into this is
We have some evaporated milk.
evaporated milk. But you don't want to add that until your potatoes, everything is soft and it's ready to go. You add that at the last minute.
Okay.
So like I said, how easy is this to put together? So just getting, you just need to peel your carrots and like your potatoes, your hash browns, they're already done. And I think this is a recipe though too, if you're starting from scratch and you don't have the cubed hash browns, just go ahead and peel some potatoes and
Just
cube
cut them really small.
Yeah, cut them very small and stuff to put in here. So we just want to get that mixed up here. And then, so we're going to let this go ahead and simmer here.
Okay.
And I will turn it down just a little bit because I got that pretty high. And once it starts really boiling, we're going to put the heat down a little bit lower again. So,
Okay.
So now the really, really good part, we're going to come over here for our angel food toffee cake.
All right.
What's going to make this is so easy. Just start with an angel food cake, cut it into pieces, and layer it in a pan. This is a Tupperware because we're not having to bake or anything. When this is done, then we're going to store what's left over in the refrigerator.
Right. Just to make it really easy, you can go to the store and buy a store-bought already cake and just cut it up into pieces.
It's very, very easy. So now for the topping, what we need to do, we're going to, we want 2 cups of whipping cream.
Okay.
And we want to whip this until we get some soft peaks to that.
Okay.
So we're going to just add that in here. And what's nice, you're really not going to be adding any sugar to this because we're going to be adding a cup of caramel or butterscotch, whatever you have. So that's going to give your sweetness there too, plus, your candy.
Okay.
And the thing is, it says, 4 pieces candy bars or whatever. They have made it so easy.
Yes.
I just went and got the heat pieces like this instead of breaking that up. And there's probably a little bit more in here, but that might be all right.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be just fine.
So, okay, so now we're going to get this really whipped up. It'll take, a few minutes for that to whip up.
Okay.
So while this is beating, we're going to just pause and we'll come back as soon as that's whipped.
Sounds good.
Country Rose Cafe on East Villard is open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week. Enjoy daily homemade specials, caramel and cinnamon rolls, several different kinds of homemade pies made fresh every day. Country Rose Cafe is also famous for homemade soup, including their ever-popular Nefla served every Tuesday. While you're in, make sure to pick up your Channel 18 Cooking Crave recipes and like us on Facebook for different specials and announcements. Country Rose Cafe, the way a cafe should be, located at 837 East Villard in Dickinson.
Just double checking here. We're supposed to just whip the whipping cream until it's starting to thicken. We don't want it whipped real stiff.
Okay.
So, we got it where it's kind of soft, but yet, has started to form some peaks. So we're going to add like I said, I got the caramel and stuff. So we're going to add that, and we're going to blend that in here, and with the whipping cream.
Okay.
All right. So there's a half a cup of caramel. There, and then we are going to put a half a teaspoon of vanilla in that also.
Okay.
So it's a very, very easy recipe. You got your cream, caramel, some vanilla, and That's it.
Perfect.
And your angel food cake and stuff. So it's going to be so easy, but yet, they're going to really love it. Whoop, so get this there. Got tighter than I thought. So we're going to just use that half a teaspoon of vanilla. And I'm going to slowly, but now we do want that to get some thicker or heavier peaks, stiffer peaks. So we're going to just blend that up and let that get a little bit stiffer.
Okay.
And then, we're going to, open the heat bars. And, before I was looking for a scissor. And
You have one on the wall. You have one on the fridge.
I have one on the fridge. Look
Yep.
at that.
Yep.
Consolidated scissors. So it's right there. And I know that this is more than what the 4 candy bars are, but we can just kind of use as many as we want.
Sure.
What I'm going to do is get this whipped good. Then I'm going to mix some of the Heath bars or crumbles in with the whipped cream. Then I just want to top some for just a nice topping.
Sure.
Or whatever. So. Okay, so you can really see it doesn't take long adding that caramel in there for that whipped cream to get stiff and form peaks. So I just want to do it maybe another 30 seconds, and then we're going to just add that. After this is done, you're going to want to store it in the refrigerator.
Sure.
And that's why it's nice to take a container that you have a lid, and then you can just store it in the refrigerator like that. So.
When you just can take a butter knife to cut it, you don't need any sharp knife that's going to ruin a
Right,
container either.
You get a butter knife, or you're just going to scoop it out with a spoon, or however you want to do
Sure.
it. So, okay. Okay, that looks like that's nice and firm there. So we'll just, it's done. And let's just scoop that down here on the sides. Okay, so we're going to just add a couple of handfuls here, and let's see what we have. And I hear our soup starting to really boil. I do want to turn that burner down.
Okay.
And just let that simmer a little bit rather than have it at full boil.
Okay. Are we going to add the milk in right now, though?
Nope, we're going to wait till everything is soft, and then we will add it just right before we want to serve it.
Okay.
So, okay, so I think that'll be good. Now, let's just come over here and finish one of the best parts of it. So, you got, and I'm going to end up using this whole bag. That's just going to make it the best. So we're going to just put it on top there, and then I'll have you just kind of spread it out too when we get this all on here.
Okay.
And we want to kind of push it down a little bit in between the angel food pieces, so it sticks together.
Okay.
There is a lot of filling here, so we should be able to get a really good.
And you can do a different twist on this too. If you make an angel food cake and you want to have it that you can cut it maybe in slices, maybe you could, do a layered one too.
Yes, you could. Yeah, and just
This is just super easy for to put in the fridge if there's leftovers. You always
if
gotta
there's
think when something's really good, you're not going to have very many
not
leftovers.
too many. So we just get that down in here. And like I said, I want to get that pushed down in between the cake so that really is there. And I've had some other recipes that I have used doing angel food cake like this, with adding, some other puddings or toppings on that too. So this one was it piqued my interest because it was different.
Sure.
because most, like I said, anytime I've done it, it's been with like pudding or like that. So just pushing it down. Okay, now I'll just smooth that out a little bit there.
So we'll just have a little cake with our whipped cream.
Yes. Okay, so that, here, I'll just clean that off here. Okay, and then we'll just top the rest of those toffee pieces on top. And this doesn't really have to refrigerate any amount of time. I would probably have it in the fridge maybe 30 minutes to an hour before you're going to serve it, but it's going to be just fine. Yep, got to get every little corner there. Yep.
Okay, Mom.
Okay, there we go. So we're going to just put this lid on, and we're going to put it in the fridge and until our soup is ready.
Okay.
And we'll be checking the soup to see how tender our vegetables are before we serve the potato soup.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, our soup here, the potatoes and vegetables, they're all soft. So now we're going to add our can of carnation milk.
Okay.
And like I said, you want to add that to the end because you don't want to have that cook in there. But so this is what's going to make a nice creamy potato soup.
Okay.
I did check the vegetables and that, but being I had kind of softened the carrots and celery in the microwave earlier, this has been going on for about 30 minutes or whatever, just till, the frozen cube potatoes were soft. Mm-hmm. So it's going to go really quickly. So, and I did, check and taste that. One thing, if you notice, the recipe didn't ask for salt or pepper in it. When you're using your chicken bouillon, that's going to be saltier, so you don't want to add more. You can always add it to your soup when you're serving it.
Right.
So, all right, so we just want to get this heated up, and that looks really, really good. So we're going to turn that off, and so we're going to bring this over to the cupboard here, and we'll probably want a big spoon to dish out our angel food cake.
All right.
And there, so let's get that there. And put that soup there. And it really does smell great.
It looks fantastic too.
It does. All right, so we didn't want to add too much there, so let's get out our dessert here. It's going to be kind of hard to determine which one I want to start with first. Do I want to eat the cake or the soup? Oh, okay. All right. Nice piece right there. Okay.
Perfect.
Ah,
Something, they both are good for the soul.
very much so.
I'd like to thank Connie Williams for submitting this recipe for us to share with the viewing audience. And to get these recipes, just go to Consolidated's website, consolidatednd.com. Please submit your recipes for us to cook and enjoy with everybody. They're always
Absolutely.
great to have. Please keep on submitting. Thank you for joining us on Cooking Crave this week. Thank you always to our sponsors. And come back next week when we do it all over again here on Cooking Crave.